Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be talking about the transit of Mercury into the sign of Pisces 2024. Yesterday on 7th of March 2024, Mercury has entered its debilitation sign Pisces, and this transit of Mercury into the sign of Pisces will be a quite longer one. Normally the transit of Mercury happens to be a bit faster, but now Mercury will move a bit slower as compared to its normal transit speed, and during this transit Mercury will be in conjunction with Rahu in the sign of Pisces. Now on 26th of March 2024, Mercury will change the sign. It will enter the sign of Aries, and for next few days starting from 26th of March onwards, Mercury will be in conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Aries. But on 2nd of April 2024, Mercury will turn retrograde, and slowly and gradually in its retrograde motion it will come backwards, and on 9th of April 2024, Mercury will re-enter the sign of Pisces, its debilitation sign, and it will get conjunct with Rahu again, but that will be a time when Mercury will be in conjunction with Sun, Venus and Rahu all together. Starting from 9th of April onwards, you will see that Sun, Mercury, Venus, Rahu, these four planets are getting crowded in the sign of Pisces. So Mercury will stay in Pisces then for next 1 month till 10th of May. So on 10th of May onwards, Mercury will finally leave the sign of Pisces and it will re-enter the sign of Aries. But when Mercury enters Aries again on 10th of May, it will be not in conjunction with Jupiter, because by then Jupiter will already make the transit into the sign of Taurus. So you see, many things are happening, and this will be very important for all the people who are having dual sign ascendants. I am making it very specific. Anyone having dual sign ascendants, anyone having their sun sign in the dual signs or moon sign in the dual signs, or having any prominent placement or a group of planets placed in the dual signs. Now here dual sign means Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces. If you have any placements, prominent placement in the dual signs, then this transit of Mercury is going to be very important for you, because Mercury rules the Kendras. Mercury rules the Kendras for the dual signs. Now here Kendras means 1st house, 4th house, 7th house and 10th house. 1st house is ourself, what we are. Anything related to us is 1st house. Our personality, our day-to-day activities, everything related to us is 1st house. Our health. 4th house is our home, the immovable properties, the place where we live in, our happiness, our emotions, security, everything is 4th house. 7th house is our partnership. Now that can be professional, personal, any kind of relationship we are in. Our public image. Now that can be everything can be counted in the 7th house itself. Now you can take the 10th house, the professional aspect of your life, your career, your status, your name, fame, reputation in front of the people. So you are in the social circle, that is your 10th house. So 1, 4, 7, 10, these are the houses. Mercury will have the lordship of the Kendras for the dual signs, because Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. So for them it is a very important time I am talking about. Now next, in the next phase, what I will say, let me talk about the people who are having Mercury as the functional benefic. Functional benefic means, here I am talking about the houses like 1st house, 5th house and 9th house, 1, 5, 9, the trinal houses. These are the functional benefic. So for the Libra people, for the Taurus people, for the Capricorn, for the Aquarius, for the Gemini, for the Virgo, these are the 6 ascendants. Mercury will be the functional benefics, or Mercury will have the lordship with like any one of the 159 houses. So it will be counted as a functional benefic for those ascendants. For them also, this particular transit of Mercury is going to be very important, because functional benefic means a planet which is responsible to give something good for you, and that planet will be in debilitation, that planet will be in retrogression and debilitation, will be afflicted under the influence of Rahu. So definitely it will impact every one of us having those ascendants. Now suppose if you are running through any unfavorable dasa, or suppose if you are running through any dasa of a planet which is malefic to you or malefic to your horoscope, then this transit of Mercury is going to be very vital. We need to be like very cautious regarding which are the houses ruled by Mercury in our chart, and in which sign, in which house the sign Pisces lies in the horoscope. Why I am saying all this now? Because you see, it is not only the retrogression or the debilitation, it is also about the influence of Rahu. And after the Mercury re-enters the sign of Pisces, it will be like all the planets coming together. Although to some extent you can say that since Venus will be exalted in Pisces, and when Mercury re-enters the sign of Pisces, that time it will be in conjunction with Venus also. Venus exalts in Pisces. So to some extent you can say that there will be like some kind of Nij Bhang or cancellation of debilitation. But you have to understand, for the debilitation to get cancelled, it will first give you the result of debilitation and then it will get cancelled. So initially the problems may come depending upon in which house it is happening. Now for the ascendants in which Mercury acts as a functional malefic, for them it is a good bad situation depending upon in which house it is happening. Now let us talk about all the ascendant signs and how this Mercury transit is going to impact every one of us in detail. You can check it from your ascendant sign, you can check it from your moon sign, and before that I will also request every one of you that if you are new to this channel, please tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And if you want a personalized consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected to me with my Facebook or Instagram accounts. And one more request I want to make to all my viewers. In my last content I saw one of the comments, and I felt that comment was not only misleading but also manipulating to all the people associated with Jyotish community. We as a Jyotish community, we are a group who are serving a common cause to promote the essence of Vedic astrology. And I feel that if someone is commenting something which is not only visible to me but also visible to all the viewers of the Jyotish community, I feel that we should be very responsible while making a remark or while making any kind of statements, because I feel that our statements and our comments should not only enlighten other people but also it should make a proper mark that yes, this is the thing which should be said, or this is the thing which should be promoted, okay, in that way. So make sure that you are making the comment with complete responsibility while you are spreading it, because this becomes more important now because Mercury is debilitated. So you don't know that what remark and what comment can take you to in what places, okay. So make sure that because that may create problems and miscommunications, not only between you and other people but also as a community, okay, because it can get into one thing to other, okay. So make sure that you do your comments with respect to the topics, with respect to the subject, and if you really have any questions or the queries, you can directly ask us, okay, depending upon what topic is creating the curiosity within you. So you can just write it down in the comment. I will be very happy to answer it. Okay, but make sure it is a responsible one, because it is not only looked upon by me but also the other people. So make sure that you are spreading something good knowledge and wisdom. Okay, so come, let's start for all the 12 ascendant signs. For the Aries ascendant, Mercury will be debilitated and will be transiting in the sign of Pisces in the 12th house. Mercury is your third lord and sixth lord. So this will be a time where you might get some kind of problem or issues regarding your day-to-day work, your efforts, your actions, your professional work, your, suppose if you are a job holder or you are a serviceman, in that case also, in day-to-day work, in the professional arena also, you might get some kind of disruptions, you might get some kind of like problems with the day-to-day disciplines. Okay, so you need to plan the things very properly before you act upon it, because in the 12th house when Mercury will be transiting, so 12th house is basically the house of like selflessness, salvation, something which we don't want, something we feel that I want to get liberated out of it. So any kind of new job responsibility or work responsibility which is coming on your way, all of a sudden you may feel that I don't want it. So this can also create disruptions or conflicts in your day-to-day present life responsibility or work responsibility. Okay, since it is your third lord and sixth lord, there can be miscommunications with your day-to-day contact people or with your colleagues or anyone at your work environment. Make sure that you communicate with a very firm statement. It should not be like that person will understand. No, they will not understand. You have to make them understand. Very cordial communications should be promoted during this particular time. Since it is transiting in the 12th house, so you have to be very careful regarding your expenditures and finances also during this time. Now 12th house is basically the house of hospitals, it is also the house of healing, I understand that, but it will be aspecting the 6th house. It is the lord of your 6th house. So during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding your health also. Healthy practices should be incorporated during this particular time, like yoga, exercises, and spending some time in isolation doing some spiritual works will be highly beneficial to you. Okay, so that's it for the Aries ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Taurus ascendant people, now Mercury is a very important planet for the Taurus ascendant people, because Mercury rules your finances, Mercury rules your wealth, finances, your family matters. Mercury rules your 5th house also, so that means it rules any matter related to your children, your progeny, your joy, your happiness, your pleasure, your peace of mind, everything. These all important things, speculations and new investment ideas, everything are ruled by Mercury for the Taurus ascendant people, and it is getting debilitated in the 11th house of gains. Now since Mercury will be transiting in the 11th house, so all of a sudden you may find something good at your workplace, or you may feel that if you are associated with any kind of work related to mass media communication, you may get some kind of new kind of opportunity. But since it is debilitated, that means what you say, what you speak should be taken into account very firmly, specifically when you are in your social circle, day-to-day life circle, okay, in your friend circle, or suppose if you are working in a group, in a project. Make sure that your statements, your communications should be taken into account with proper responsibility, because otherwise that can lead to some kind of problems, conflicts basically. This is a time I will say that try to avoid any kind of like important financial decisions, specifically which relates to family members or family matter. I will also say here one thing, that this is not a good time for lending money. This is not a good time, because since Mercury rules your 2nd house and it is getting debilitated in the house of gains, so it may be difficult for you to recover the money. Okay, another thing is that since Mercury will be in conjunction with Rahu in the 11th house, so this is a time you should be very careful regarding whom you are being friends with. Suppose if you are making new friends, be very careful that there is a chance that you might get cheated. Anything related to resources, anything related to your speech, your words or related to finances also. Okay, any person who has any kind of work or business associated with speculation or speculative businesses, they should be very alert and cautious during this particular time, because Mercury will be directly looking into the your 5th house where Ketu is transiting at this point of time. Okay, so you need to be very careful. Don't get into any new kind of investments and financial ideas now. Take some time after Mercury finally comes out of this debilitation, then you can think about it. But now at this point of time, I will say that make sure that you don't make any hasteful decisions regarding that. For the Gemini ascendant people, Mercury will be transiting in your 10th house, and Mercury rules your 1st house and your 4th house. Now, since Mercury is your ascendant lord getting debilitated in the 10th house, so this particularly means that during this particular time your complete focus will be at your work, complete focus will be at your profession, your career. But since it is debilitated, that means something or the other will not be pleasant for you. Maybe your own day-to-day lifestyle, your punctuality, your discipline needs to be taken care of. You have to be very careful regarding that. Or certain matters at your workplace, all of a sudden you feel that I am getting confronted, or every day is a new day for me. So whenever you are in a social circle, because 10th house is your status, your name, fame, reputation, correct? So this is a time you need to always prove yourself. You will feel that I have to prove myself every day. Now Mercury happens to be your 4th lord also. What is 4th house? 4th house is your home, happiness, your immovable properties, luxury, comforts. And that planet of comforts is getting debilitated in the 10th house. So you may feel that I have to work out of my comfort zone, I have to come out of my luxury. So this is also a time when you need to strike a balance between your personal life and your professional life. If you are feeling that these are the things I need to do, then make it clear at your mental state that yes, okay, I will do it. And for that, what are the time required, what are the homeworks need to be made, what are the plannings need to be made, I will do it. Because only then you will be able to strike the balance between your personal life and professional life. Okay, so this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding the health of your mother, because 4th house is mother. Okay, and since it is 1st lord also, so your personality at your workplace will be very vital. So make sure that you do everything correct, specifically when you are dealing with communications, documents, or you are giving any word, any statement. Try to keep your word, try to make sure that your decisions are kept well, properly. Okay, so that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Mercury will be transiting in your 9th house, getting debilitated in the sign of Pisces. Mercury is your 12th house lord and your 3rd lord. Now normally the transit of Mercury in the 9th house is considered good, which is good for education, which is good for travels and all, but now Mercury is debilitated. So this is a time you need to be very careful that what you are learning, whom you are making your inspiration. This is a time when you may get wrong information or wrong kind of inspiration and motivation. This is also a time you need to work on your own belief system, because don't forget 9th house is dharma, and in the 9th house Rahu is transiting and Mercury is debilitated. So intelligence is getting debilitated in the presence of illusion, Rahu, that also in the house of righteousness, dharma. Very essential time period for the Cancer ascendant. This is the time when you might get cheated or might get some kind of misinformation or miscommunication with anyone, with like you are thinking that this person is my inspiration, but that person may not be truly your inspiration. So make sure that you are taking the right information, means you should have the ability to filter out what is good and what is wrong. Okay, so you should follow the proper justice, proper law, because law is 9th house. Okay, righteousness is 9th house. So this is a time when you might get like okay, what if I do it, what will happen? No, you may feel that okay, out of box you can take some thinking and you can do it, but later on it will bring some consequences. Mercury will be looking onto your 3rd house by its direct aspect, which is good for reading and writing. Suppose if you are associated with any work related to publishing industry, reading and writing, or suppose if you are an orator, which it is good, means it will improve your skills, but what you are communicating, what you are speaking, because in 9th house we absorb the energies and in the 3rd house we express it. That's how it works, correct? So what you are absorbing, whom you are making your inspiration, and what you are expressing, you have to be very careful regarding that, because all of a sudden you see that oh, it shouldn't have been done. And yes, since Mercury happens to be your 12th lord and 3rd lord, basically it is your 3rd lord transiting in the 9th house, so yes, this will be a time when you need to be very careful regarding the health of your father, specifically if you are running through any kind of malefic dasa, or in the horoscope of your father, if he is running through any kind of malefic dasas, then this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding his health, because 3rd house is the maraka sthan for the 9th house. Okay, so this is how this particular transit will work on. Make the most out of it. Okay, try to take care regarding the things which I said. So that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, Mercury is very important planet. It rules your basically your money, your incoming of wealth, your storage of wealth, your savings, your family matters, so your social circle. Mercury is very important planet for the Leo ascendant people. Basically it is your 11th lord and your 2nd lord. It will be debilitated in the 8th house, which is a very, I will say, this transit has to be taken care of. First of all, it is 8th house, it is getting debilitated under the influence of Rahu. So this is a time when I will say any matter related to your professional development, professional opportunities has to be taken care of. Like suppose all of a sudden you get an opportunity with regards to your career and profession, you feel that wow, it's very good. It may not be good, it is so good to be true. Make your proper investigation regarding that, do some proper homework, because here you can use Rahu in the 8th house. Rahu can make you that someone who is having a very strong investigative skills. Okay, and Mercury is debilitated in the sign of Pisces, so the logic will not work, but you can make use of Rahu. So when you are getting any new kind of opportunities, make sure that you are working around it, and then you should decide whether to take it or not. With regards to finances, there will be a time that unexpected expenditures can be there, or suppose if you are lending money to someone, or suppose you are getting into some kind of collaboration with regards to your business and trade, be very careful. This is not a time to get into any new kind of collaborations or making new kind of partnerships, I would say, because there is a chance that you may get into some wrong associations. Okay, so this has something to do with the present partnership and relationship also. Like suppose you are in some kind of professional relationship or partnership, or suppose at the personal level also you are having some kind of relationship. In that case, I will say 8th house is basically all the duties and responsibilities which we perform being in a relationship, because 8th house we call Mangalya Bhav, which becomes more evident, more prominent if someone is getting married or in a married life. Okay, so if you are in a married life, or if you are in a relationship, and very committed relationship, I'm talking about the committed relationship. Okay, so in that case, this transit of Mercury becomes very important, because it may create some kind of confusions regarding your own duties and responsibilities towards your partner. And at the professional level also, this has something to do with how you are performing your duties towards the partnership, your work, your trade, your business and collaborations. Okay, and since 8th house is also the house of longevity, and Mercury is the lord of the 2nd house, Mercury is the Marak. Okay, for you, Maraka for your ascendant. Okay. So I will say that this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding the health of your own self, means your own health. And yes, you have to be very careful regarding your own personality also, because 11th lord is getting debilitated. 11th house, your friend circle, your social circle, what you are in the social circle, correct, or what social circle you are having. So you have to be very careful regarding that. So that's it for the Leo ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Virgo ascendant people, this particular transit of Mercury is happening in the 7th house. Now you see, again for the Virgo people, it's a dual sign, correct. So Mercury will be having the lord of the Kendras, lordship of the Kendras, that is the 1st house and the 10th house, very important planet, getting debilitated in the 7th house. So this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your own health, first of all, because it is coming in the Markasthan, getting debilitated and getting afflicted by Rahu. How? Your own personality. You may feel sometimes that when you are around people, or when you are getting in some kind of bonding with people, your self-esteem is not working. You are feeling that I don't know how to act, I don't know how to react, or how to communicate with these people. There can be some kind of miscommunications, or you may feel that whenever you are getting into some kind of conversations, it leads into conflict, it leads into disruption. So it's better to do some homework, do some proper work before you get into a new kind of conversations with people. This has something to do with your own partnership also, because 7th house is relationship and partnership. Now someone will say that what if I am single? 7th house is basically the ability to bind with new people. It can be any people, not necessarily your girlfriend or your boyfriend, spouse, anyone, because 7th house is basically the house of negotiation, diplomacy. Okay. And here Mercury is getting debilitated. Not only debilitated, I will also say that Mercury loses its directional strength in the 7th house. So it may happen that there can be sense of criticality, or you may feel that whenever you are thinking about your discriminatory intelligence, that is right, wrong, true, false, you are getting some kind of problems, or you are feeling that that my logic is not working, what to do, what not to do. This is a time when it is very essential that you communicate with your partner in a very open-minded communications. Nothing to hide, just say it. Okay, this is going in my mind. There is no shame in asking some kind of cooperation from your partner. Trust me, Rahu is transiting in your 7th house. You will get definite amount of help and support from your partner. This becomes more evident because Ketu is transiting on your ascendant. Ketu in the ascendant sometimes will make you feel that I don't know what I am doing, or people may make you feel that what this person is doing, we don't know, because Ketu is headless planet. Okay, and now since Mercury is also a 10th lord transiting in the 7th house, getting debilitated, so at your workplace also you may feel that there are certain amount of miscommunications when I come across people, the authoritative people. Okay, or you may feel that I am not getting any favor or support from the authorities, because favor and support can be seen from the 7th house, from the employers, because 7th house is 10th from the 10th house and it is debilitated. So you may feel that I am not getting that support. So you have to give extra amount of hard work. Okay, so these are the things for the Virgo ascendant people. It becomes very essential, very evident now. Okay, for the Libra ascendant people, Mercury is very important planet. Mercury is your 9th lord. Your luck, fortune, prosperity is ruled by Mercury for the Libra ascendant people, and Mercury also rules your 12th house. It is getting debilitated in the 6th house for the Libra ascendant people. Now you may feel that I have to work more hard, even though I am working hard, but that is not enough. As if you will feel that I have to prove myself every time. And since it is a very long transit, you may feel that I'm doing, but I'm not. So you may feel that I'm not getting satisfied with my achievements, or you may also feel that means the people are also not getting satisfied by your work, because 6th house is basically the house of service, job. The people who are servicemen, the people who are associated with any kind of job like responsibility, or working under someone, like suppose you might be the boss, but you are also having boss, someone above you. You might have people working under you, but it may also happen that you are also answerable to someone, correct? In that regard I'm talking about. So you may feel that you are doing your best, but you may feel that that person is feeling that my best is not the best. What to do now? Because luck, fortune is not supporting, because Mercury is the 9th lord getting debilitated in the 6th house. So this is also a time, 9th house is also father, so this is also a time you may also see that even at the workplace of your father, even he is getting some kind of troubles or miscommunications. So this is also a time that you might help or support him, or like ask him that what is going on. If you can provide some kind of wisdom, if you can provide some kind of knowledge and support, helping hand to your father or father like figure, means anyone, that will be good. Since 9th lord getting debilitated, so I will say here one thing, that in the 6th house, so this is also a time that anyone's advice, everyone's advice and anyone's advice, if you are getting, make sure that you are having the ability to filter out the right one and the wrong one, or else you might get into some kind of problems, unnecessary arguments. Okay, your 12th lord is Mercury getting debilitated in the 6th house, so this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your health. Okay, so how to work on it? 6th house has the ability to grow with time. It is one of the Upachya houses, Upachya Bhav. So that means this hard work will not go in vain. Slowly and gradually you will see that you are getting good results out of it. If you are properly maintaining your health, your hygiene and all the matters related to the day-to-day life with proper punctuality and discipline, you will see that this is going to give you very good results with time. And I really mean it. So that's it for the Libra ascendant people, make the most out of it. For the Scorpio ascendant people, this particular transit of Mercury is happening in the 5th house, in the sign of Pisces, in that debilitated state. For the Scorpio people, Mercury rules your 8th house and 11th house. Now 8th lord getting debilitated in the 5th house, so this means now 5th house is basically is your children, progeny, purva punya, joy and pleasure, anything which makes us happy, anything which makes us happy internally, anything which we like to do and we feel that yes, this is what we are meant to, that is 5th house, and there the 8th lord is coming and it is getting debilitated. So that means this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding your decision making and your choices. Not all choices which you make are good for you. There can be certain ups and downs while you make any kind of decision. So before you make a decision, you have to be very prepared for its consequence, be it good, be it bad. And since it is your 11th lord getting debilitated, so this is the time you may also feel that those decisions will not only impact you but also impact your social circle, specifically around a group of people. This is not a small group of people, in a large group of people. So this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your day-to-day work management, your decision management, your punctuality and your discipline. And yes, 5th house is also ego, our ego. 1st house and 5th house, these are the two houses by which we see our ego. And in the 5th house basically it talks about the ego which comes out of our intelligence. Because when we feel that, I know everything, nothing is beyond me, this kind of feeling. This is what Mercury will make you feel, because Rahu is also there. This is what it will make you feel, that oh, everything is known to me, so whatever I am doing good. Trust me, this may lead you to some kind of problems. Okay, since 5th house is also a house related to money, 5th house is a Lakshmi Sthan, and your Mercury is the lord of your 11th house, gains coming into the 5th house, getting debilitated. So this is a time, avoid any kind of work or investments which relates to speculation. Or suppose if you are working in any kind of business or trading, or means any kind of work which associates with speculative business or speculation, you need to be very careful. Okay, and since it is 8th house lord, and you see why 8th house becomes very important, because 8th house is our health and longevity, and 5th house, where it is becoming debilitated, 5th house is 12th from the 6th house. 12th from the 6th house means 5th house is health, rejuvenation. Suppose someone is suffering from some kind of disease, will the person get healed in time properly? Check the 5th house, correct, because 5th house is 12th from the 6th house, and in the 5th house 8th lord is getting debilitated. So that means, suppose if you are running through any kind of chronic disease or any kind of long run disease, then this is a time when you need to be more careful. Okay, so that's it for this Scorpio ascendant people. Take care of your health, take care of your investments, and make sure you make the most out of it. For this Sagittarius ascendant people, this particular transit is happening in the 4th house, and yes, again that Kendras, Mercury rules your 7th house and your 10th house, and it is getting impacted in your 4th house. So 4th house, your home, your happiness. So yes, what I can see, that your personal life and your professional life both has to be given equal importance during this particular time. Being the 7th lord transiting in the 4th house, getting debilitated, so you will see your partnership, your relationship, and the decision made with them or regarding that will impact your emotional health. It will impact your peace of mind. It will also impact the environment at your home. So any kind of conflict or any kind of disruption of harmony and peace between you and your partner will not only impact you but also the environment at your home. And this has nothing to do with the personal relationship. This has something to do with anyone you are dealing with, because someday you just go out and you talk with someone, you make friends with someone, okay, and you come home with some kind of miscommunication, you come home with some kind of disruption and conflict, and it will disturb your sleep, it will disturb your mental security. Okay, so this is a very important time when you need to be very careful regarding whom you are giving importance and space, that is the personal space in your life. In case you are already in some kind of personal relationship or professional relationship, in that case it is very important that you need to sort out any kind of problem or try to resolve any kind of problem with open-minded communication. Something is going in your mind, just ask it. Don't think that that person will understand. No, that person will not understand, because Mercury is transiting in the Pisces. Logic will not work. Here it is, everything is about imagination. So that person will imagine, you will also imagine something. So it will lead one things to other. So it's better that you just confront and just talk about it in a very open-minded conversation. That will be really good for you, because that will not only resolve the problem but also bring that peace internally. Okay. Since Mercury is your 10th lord debilitated in the 4th house, and Mercury will be looking onto your 10th house directly from the 4th house, this also means that work-like environment is impacting your personal life, and personal life, since it is getting a bit more disturbed, it is impacting the work life, and vice versa. So you have to strike a balance between your work life and your personal life. This is also a time you need to be very careful regarding the health of your mother, because 10th house is 7th from the 4th house. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding the health of your mother or any matter related to your home. You will feel that there are certain things going on in your home or domestic space which are not under your control. You may feel like that. So don't hurry, make the things slow and steady and work on it. Don't take any important decision until and unless you are very sure of it. Okay, so that's it for these Sagittarius ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Capricorn ascendant people, this particular transit of Mercury is happening in the 3rd house, and for the Capricorn people, Mercury is very important planet. Mercury rules your 6th house, Mercury rules your 9th house. Since it is the ruler of your 9th house, so it rules your luck and fortune. And that planet is getting debilitated in the 3rd house. So this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding what belief system you are having and what you are preaching, what you are expressing in front of the people, specifically with regards to anything related to your daily contacts. Now that can be your cousins, younger cousins, basically younger siblings, your neighborhood, or any person in your daily contact. Now since it is your 6th lord also getting debilitated in the 3rd house, so it can be anything related to your colleagues, your co-workers, or someone who is in your authority. Specifically if you are a job person, or like you are having you are under someone, you are doing any job, or you are a serviceman in that case. Now since Mercury is transiting in the 3rd house, you will be like very straightforward regarding your professional achievements, your communications with regards to professional things, but it is debilitated. We have to be very careful regarding that. That means what we are saying and whatever we are expressing will be accounted and will have some consequences, because initially we will not understand that what mistake we are doing. Later on we may feel that okay, we shouldn't have done so, because Mercury is your 9th lord and 9th lord is getting debilitated. So that means this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding that what law we should follow, what justice we should follow. 9th house is law, basically it is righteousness, so we should be very ethical during this particular time. We should not get into like everything so much innovative, because Rahu is there. We may feel that okay, what if I do this, what if I say this? No, it's better to be silent than get into some kind of wrong statements and all. Okay, I will say try to avoid any kind of short travels now, okay, for the Capricorn ascendant people. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Aquarius ascendant people, this is also a time, very important time, because Mercury is a very important planet for you. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Mercury rules your 5th house, Mercury rules your 8th house, transiting in the 2nd house, getting debilitated in the sign of Pisces. So foremost thing is that try to avoid or try not to make any kind of important financial decisions now. Not a good time. Okay, there can be some kind of disruptions, there can be miscommunications, and there can be some mistakes also, okay, while you are making any kind of financial transaction and investments, because 5th house is ruled by Mercury and it is transiting in the 2nd house. Now both 5th house and 2nd house has something to do with money and investment. Okay, especially if you are dealing with anything related to family property or family matter, those issues can get escalate in a wrong way, and you may get into some kind of troubles. There can be like debates and arguments, or this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your own speech, what you are saying, okay, and how you are dealing with it. Okay, that's very important. Another thing is that it is your 8th lord getting debilitated in the 2nd house. So first of all, you need to be very careful regarding the immediate family, means the people who are living along with you. Okay, means you may feel that some responsibilities are coming within your circle, or you may feel that okay, I have to follow this duty, and you may be feeling that okay, I was not ready for it. Why ready for it? Not ready for it because debilitation. but it will be coming on your shoulder. You may feel that okay, I have to take that responsibility, because second house is also our morality, our values, our ethics. And all of a sudden, because the 8th house, it will directly impact your intelligence, 5th house. Okay, so sudden expenditures can be there. With regards to the relationships and all, also will say that this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding how you are maintaining cordial relationship between you and your partner, or basically any person who are near and dear to you, specifically partner, because second house is 8th from the 7th house, and second house is 7th from the 8th house. Wow. So it's a very important transit. Okay, for the Aquarius ascendant people, make the most out of it in this way. Make the things, try to do the things properly, make the most out of it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, it's a very important transit, because Mercury rules your Kendras. Mercury will be ruling your 4th house and 7th house and getting debilitated in the 1st house. Although in the 1st house transit, Mercury will receive the directional strength, but it is debilitated. So this is the time you will be working on your discipline, you will be working on your punctuality. You will make sure that you are not allowing your ego to work in a wrong way. Always be open to new knowledge, always be open to new wisdom, because since Mercury is debilitated and it is getting the directional strength, so you may feel that whatever I know the best, or whatever I am doing the best. You may feel like that. So this can lead to some kind of wrong decision making, or you may feel that okay, let me do it, leave it, let me start that, okay, leave it, do that, do this. So this kind of things can be there. And since Mercury is the ruler of your 4th house and it is getting debilitated in the 1st house, so you may feel that I am doing this but I am not getting happy, I am starting this but I am not happy, what should I do? So happiness index is getting impacted, so which is making you feel okay, let me change the ideology, let me do this, do that. Stick to one thing. It may happen that initially that work is not getting the realization, or you are not getting the fruits of that hard work initially, but stick to one thing. Make plans. Sincerity, punctuality, discipline, hard work will definitely pay you back. Okay, so these are the things which you need to be very careful. Mercury is also ruler of your 7th house, and in the 7th house Ketu is transiting, and Mercury is the 7th lord being debilitated in the 1st house. So this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your own health also and your partner's health also. Specifically if you are associated with any kind of personal relationship in married life or relationship like boyfriend or girlfriend. In case of professional relationship, you need to be very careful regarding how you are performing your responsibilities towards the trade, business, or any kind of collaborations which had happened. In case of any new collaborations, I will say this is not a right time. Try to avoid it. If it is possible, try to avoid it. If it is like unavoidable, make sure that if it is possible to delay, or if it is possible to postpone for some time, for the time being. Okay, or you may feel that you can do one thing. You can make sure that you have checked each and everything properly, and then only you should go ahead, because this will not only impact your happiness, your personal life, but also this will impact your professional life also. Why professional life? Because 7th house, Mercury is your 7th lord, and 7th house is 10th from the 10th house, so it is also your public image. So any wrong mistake, any wrong decision or any mistake, or suppose you are collaborating with a person and that person is not good for you, it will not only impact your personal life, your public image, but also it will impact your professional career. Correct. So by this way you can make sure that the things are becoming right one by one. So that's it for the Pisces ascendant people. Make the most out of it, and with this I will end this video. I hope that you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and if you have any relevant question or any query related to the topics which I discussed today with regards to the transit of Mercury in the sign of Pisces, you can surely make the comment, and your queries will be checked upon by me. I will surely try to reply to it. I will be happy to do it. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And in case of any kind of like consultations, if you want to have a personalized consultations with me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So on that regard, I will be signing off for today, and till then, when I come back again, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So thank you, bye bye.